Hello friends, I'm Paris and this is our first video in Python, how you can use Google Maps in Python. So we are using a gmaps library for this. So gmaps is a Jupyter plugin for embedding Google Maps in Jupyter Notebook. So first of all, you need to install gmap. The installation is easy. Just you need to write pip install gmaps in your terminal, and after that it will be installed. So I have already installed this and I don't want to install this again. So now we need to run our Jupyter notebook. So so before running our Jupyter notebook, when you're using for example Google Map or APIs from Google, first you need to create credentials in the Google API console. So first you need to create a new project. You can create the project from here. I have already created a project at the name of Google Map Pro, and if you want you can create a new project in here. And after that you need to go to the credentials, and from here you need to create the API key. So right now I don't want to show my API key and I have not created yet, but I will create. So after creating API key, and in the second step you need to go to the dashboard, and from dashboard okay, now it's opening. You need to enable the API and services. So I have already enabled the maps JavaScript API, but if you have not, you need to go to the enable APIs in here, and you can click on this, and after that you can click on enable. So I have already enabled this. Okay, now so we can see API enabled. Okay, so after that you need to open your Jupyter notebook, and so you can first you need to add this because sometime it will not, if the map will not work. And after validating you need to open the Jupyter notebook. Okay, now so now we have created. Now let me create a new Python file in here. So let me zoom this a little bit. Okay, now so first let me import gmaps. Okay, now I want to demonstrate gmaps, and we're going to plot some earthquake dataset from the included in the package. So in the package in the gmaps.dataset we are using the earthquake data. So after that import gmaps.datasets. Sorry, it is gmaps. Okay, now after this let me you need to configure your API key. So configure, and in here you need to write your API key. Right now I'm not writing my API key, and you need to copy and paste the API key in here in this place. Okay, so now let me write earthquake df data frame, because we are using data frame in here. Also you need to install pandas if you don't have, so you can simply pip install pandas and it will be installed. Gmaps. Now I want to load the earthquake data, so gmaps.data sets dot load underscore data set as df, and you need to write this as earthquakes. Now I want to print this, the earthquake df dot head. So I want to print the first 5. Let me run it. So now I'm waiting, and okay, so because name df is not defined, this is just, let me copy this. Also, we have not added our API key in here. Okay, so let me just pause the video and add my API key in here, and after that I will run this. So now guys, you can see now this is the information. We have a latitude, longitude, and this is the magnitude. So this is the weight of earthquakes. So after this, I want to let's plot the earthquake on a Google map. For this, let me create locations in here, and you need to get the earthquake underscore df, and in here I have the latitude, latitude, and like this. Also I have the longitude, let me create the weights in here. So weights, earthquake df, so it is magnitude. Now we need to create a figure, so gmaps dot figure, and now we need to add the layers, so fig dot add underscore layer, gmaps dot head map layer. We are going to use the head map layer, and for the locations I want to give the weights to weights, and at the end I want to plot this. So now let me just run this. So now I'm waiting for this. Okay, so this is because this page can't load Google Map, because when starting from July 16 2000, I think 2018, Google requires that all Google Maps API users set and billing details in order to use the API. So if you want to use, you need to set your billing information in the Google API console. And because I'm using just, you can see I am receiving here for development purpose. It's for development purpose, and I'm not going to add an information because it has a limited times of 3 times. So after, if you want to use this, you can add your billing address, and after that you will not receive this for development purpose. So for right now, I don't have any billing information in API console. So now you can see this is our earthquake details. Now what's the basic concepts behind this? So in gmaps is built around idea of adding layers to a base map. After we have authenticated with Google Maps, for example, we have added our API keys. We can start by creating figures, which contains a base map. So let me show you an example. Let me create a new okay, so let me just in here because I have let me show you. Okay, let me create another figure in here. You can use gmaps dot figure, and now you can fake. Now let me just run this. So let me okay this. Now you can see we have these information now. So now after this we need to add a layer on top of the base map. So this is the base map, and you need to add layer on the top of the base map. For example, in here we need to add a head map layer. You can see that in this example, if you see in the above, we have added a head map layer in here. So let me just add another head map layer in here, and let me just make it okay now a little smaller. Also you can download this if you want. Okay, now in here also you can set, if you want, you can set, for example, map type. Let me add for right now, let me add a satellite. I have error. Oh, it is like this, double L. Let me run it again. So now it's a satellite. Okay, so now let me now create locations in here like we have created in the earthquake. It is latitude and longitude locations, so 51.5 and 0.1. it's a tuples. 51.7 and 0.2. Also we have 51.4 and minus 0.2. Also we have another, let me add 51.49 and 0.1. okay, now let me create head map layer. gmaps dot head map layer, and we are going to add the locations in there, and we need to fake dot add layer our head map layer. Now we need to plot the fake. So let me run it. Module gmap head map. Sorry, it's head map. Let me run it again. So now you can see that these are the data that we have in here. So guys, also you can set the zoom level and also base maps for the Google Map. There are different base maps that you can use. So for the zoom level, for example, let me add some new coordinates. So New York coordinates and you need to give the coordinates in a tuple. So this is the coordinates like this, and now we need to gmaps dot, let me zoom the code a little bit. Okay, so gmaps dot figure, and in here you need to add this coordinates in here, and another one is the zoom level that you can give. So let me give, for example, 13, and now let me run this. Zoom level. Okay, so yeah, this is the center, so we need to give a center, and this is the zoom level. So now I am waiting for this. Because it's related to internet connection, and let me wait for this. You can see we have a map in here. Okay, now you can see that this is our coordinates, and we have let me make it smaller, and you can see we have the New York in the center. So like this, you can set the zoom level. Also there are different type of base maps that you can use. For example, we have the map type, we have hybrid, we have a terrain. So you can do in here, let me write gmaps.figure. Okay, we have gmaps.figure, and also you can let me add in here a map type. So map type, and you can give hybrid. Let me run it again. And you will see that we have a hybrid map type. My internet connection is a little slow, so now I am waiting. So now guys, you can see that this is a hybrid map type, and you can make it smaller like this. So also you can use for we have terrain. So let me change this to terrain, and let me run it again. So this is terrain, and also we have satellite. You can change that to satellite. So thank you guys, this was some basics on gmaps. You can see the documentation for this. If you have any question, please let me know, and for the further videos please subscribe to my channel, and also you can check more information about this in my blog.